record yet. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay. So no recognition tonight? All righty. All right, well, let's just get started then since we're like running a little late. Let me figure out how to share my screen. Let's say share screen. Desktop. Okay, can you all see this? Does it say how to post on social media? You see the PowerPoint? Okay. All right, so Kathy asked me to talk to you guys tonight about posting on social media and what a big part of that of our business that is, and why it's so crucial, and why it's so important to be consistent, and just give you kind of some tips and tricks that I've learned in the last 10 months of doing this. So I've been coaching since November of last year, and the one thing that I've done since I've started coaching is I have posted on my Facebook, just recently on my Instagram, but I posted consistently 7 days a week, at least 3 times a day. And I've found that it's really, really helped me to be consistent in that, in my business, in gaining people's trust, and just slowly building things and forming relationships with people by being consistent and doing this every day. So I wanted to share with you guys a bunch of just stuff that I've learned along the way, and share with you a couple of the tips that we learned in our training at Summit. A couple other coaches did a couple of really good presentations, and they shared a lot of good info. So since a lot of us weren't there, I thought I would pass it on. So to start, a couple of the rules of posting on social media. The main thing we want to remember is we are here to share our journeys, not sell to people. We are here to kind of share us, our lifestyles, who we are, what journey that we are on. We're here to share that with other people. We're not here to just sell them products, sell them workouts and Shakeology, and then disappear. We're kind of selling ourselves, and our lifestyles is really, the point of this and what we're trying to do. And that's what you really want to focus on with your social media. So when you're trying to come up with ideas and things to post and thinking about what you want to post, it does help to follow other coaches. Pick a couple coaches in the network that you look up to and that you can relate to, and that inspire you, and look and see what they're doing, and look at their posts and take their posts and get ideas from them, and then relate them back to you and make them authentic and reflect your own personality. You don't want to copy word for word. You don't want to take their picture or take their wording. You just want to use it as a jumping off point to create something of your own. I do that a lot, especially on days where I'm just not feeling it. Like I can't come up with something. I'll go and I'll look at a couple coaches that, I look up to, and I'll get ideas from them. And then it just gives me that good jumping off point. So another thing with posting on your social media, when you're posting your pictures, you always want to put a picture with whatever it is that you're talking about, whether it's a quote or a story, or you're talking about your workout or a recipe. You always want to put a picture, because the point is to get people to stop the scroll of the news feed and focus on what it is that you have to say. So the brighter the photo, the more clarity, the more eye-popping it can be to catch people's attention, the better, So, and I know it's hard, because even me and my stupid iPhone, like I have trouble, the pictures come out grainy, or the lighting in my house sucks. Might not always be the best photo, but you want to do the best you can to make it as bright and as eye-catching as possible, so that they stop in their tracks and look at it, at what it is you have to say. So I included in here a couple apps that I use regularly. Photify, Airbrush, Color Story, those are all on my iPhone. Those are all apps I use. And then Canva and PicMonkey, those are 2 that you can use for free if you're, working on a computer. So those are just a couple that I really like. And then consistency, being consistent. Honestly, you guys, I've really found like that's the key to this business is being consistent and showing up every single day, 3 to 5 times a day, and posting and sharing what it is that you're going through. I've really found that has been so helpful to me by doing that every day since I've started. And since I've started in November, so far I have not missed Success Club. And I really attribute it to that, to my consistency, because it's helping people. It's helping build trust. People are building trust in me. I know you know what I'm trying to say. They can trust me. They know I'm going to be there. They know I'm not going to sell them something and then just disappear, because they see me showing up day after day after day, and they know that I'm in this for the long haul. So being consistent is really, really important. The next thing, I know Autumn in the 21 Day Fix, she always talks about the 80-20 rule. It's always 80% nutrition, 20% fitness, but that also applies in your social media. You want 80% of your posts to be not Beachbody. You want them to be glimpses into your life, into your everyday life. You want to share the ordinary. You want to share tips, recipes, thoughts, quotes, whatever it is that reflects you. And then 20% of that can be business. 20% can be invites to challenge groups and free groups and calls to action, coaching blitzes, stuff like that. But you don't want if someone were to come to your page, you don't want it to be just Beachbody all over the place and Shakeology. You want it to be more a reflection of who you are as a person. You always want to make sure that your profile is set to public, not just private and friends. That way you have a much larger reach. So go back and check your posts and make sure that the little globe at the top is set to public. And then your goal with posting should always be to kind of create little breadcrumbs along the way. You want to just create little glimpses into what it is that we do as coaches. You want people to see what it is that a coach does so that they can see if this is something that they'd be interested in the future. So you want to share what it is we do. You want to recognize people in your challenge groups. You want to share your own personal journey that you're going on. And then as you trickle in those little, I don't know, there's that book, I haven't actually read it yet, but Jab, Jab, Hook or something. You put in those little jabs throughout the week, and then you followed it up with that call to action post, whether it be join my next challenge group or a coaching blitz, whatever it is. But you want to just give them glimpses and little tidbits to get them intrigued. And so what are we doing by posting all the time on social media is we're trying to create a brand. You're trying to brand yourself and share who you are with everyone. So the key is to be yourself, always be relatable when you're posting. When you're sitting there writing a post, whatever it may be, read it out loud. That was a really good tip that Bonnie and Amy gave us. Read it out loud before you hit posts and think about it. Would I actually say this? Does this even sound like me? And that way, you can tell, you have a better idea that you're being authentic and you're being true to yourself. I see there's questions in the chat, so I'll go back at the end and we can answer those. Okay, so your vibe attracts your tribe. We talk about this all the time, but what are we doing? We're looking for people like us. We're looking for, our avatars, people that we would want to have on our team, people that we have stuff in common with. Because forming our teams, people are going to be attracted to us for our personalities, not, so you don't want to be posting things that aren't true to you, because then you're going to be attracting people that, you wouldn't even want to be friends with. You wouldn't even want to spend all this time with. You wouldn't want them on your team. So you need to be authentic. You need to always be reflecting your personality so that you know exactly who you're trying to reach. And when you're putting your post, you're speaking directly to those people. Because one thing we learned that was really great in our training is if you try and talk to everyone, you end up talking to no one. So who are you at this stage in the game? Who are you trying to talk to? For example, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm a mom. That's just my life right now. So I found I was friending a lot of people that were, we had a lot of mutual friends in common, but they were all, maybe younger girls that didn't have kids yet, that were still like on the bar scene and this and that. And then I was like, well, I have nothing in common with these girls. Like maybe I do, but there was nothing where I could start a conversation with them because we just aren't in the same stages of life. So, and they're not who I'm speaking to when I'm posting every day on my social media. So think about that. Think about who it is that you're actually trying to reach and who it is that you would want on your team. And then never let fear hold you back from showing who you really are. So share it all, you guys, the good, the bad, the ugly. Share your struggles, share your triumphs. If you're a mom and you're having trouble, share it. I found that really helpful, and that a lot of people are able to relate to me because I kind of just try and share it all. And a lot of times it's not great. A lot of times I look like shit. It's first thing in the morning, but who cares? Because we all do, so it makes you that much more relatable. Okay, so this was a really great exercise that Bonnie and Amy shared with us. And I think this would be really great for everyone to do so that you have ideas for posting. So they told us to create 3 lists that we could work off of when coming up with posts. So one of the lists would be, make a list of what is normal about you. Make a list of what you have overcome or are currently overcoming. And then make a list of what makes you special and what makes you unique. All right, so I'm going to share with you, I kind of started this. So what makes me normal? I'm obsessed with my dog, my golden doodle. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm freaking love coffee. I survive on it. I like to hike. I like reality TV. I like cooking. I hate baking. I fucking hate sippy cups. I'm a nursing mom. I'm still nursing my son. I love Target. I love Pinterest. I like DIY. And I love being barefoot. I hate wearing shoes. What have I overcome, or what am I overcoming? I've struggled a lot in my life with anxiety and depression. Still struggle with anxiety. I've struggled with feeling unfulfilled, feeling lost and unfulfilled as a stay-at-home mom, feeling stuck, issues with my confidence, body issues. I have social anxiety. Just trying to figure out who it is that I am. These are all things that I'm dealing with since I've become a mom, or, just I'm sure all of us can relate, and all of us have a lot of the same struggles. And then what makes me unique and special? Just kind of silly, stupid things, like I like folding laundry. I'm a graphic designer. I design wedding invitations on the side. I actually enjoy working out, which honestly, most people don't. I'm obsessed with natural health and home remedies and natural remedies. I actually like vacuuming. And I've experienced natural childbirth and had kind of like a crazy birth experience with my second son, Cole, that I've shared on my social media before. So these are just things that kind of make me, me. And so making these lists, when I'm feeling stuck or I'm feeling uninspired, this gives me a jumping off point of ideas for posts, just sharing with people who I actually am so that they can get to know me. All right, so I made a ton of examples for you here, guys, going back from when I first became a coach. So I'm just going to go through these and just show you things that I've learned, things not to do, things to do. And I'm like by no means an expert, but this is just from my own personal experience. So here are a couple of examples of what not to do. You don't want people to come to your page and see pictures of the 21-day fix and pictures of, Chalene and Shakeology. And, so for example, this pile one, this was when I was new, and I did a post, this is on my Christmas list. Pile combines Pilates and yogas, blah, blah, set to a fast pace to help you burn fat and sculpt long, lean muscles. Like, I think I literally took that wording right from the website. I'm starting in January. Who's with me? That's great. It's a call to action, and I actually got some people interested from this, but what would have been better would have been me doing a pile move. People want to see you. People want to see you actually doing it. They don't want to see a picture of, the box. Like, who cares? That's boring, and that's salesy. That comes off as really salesy. Same thing with this Shakeology. I used to do this all the time when I started, a picture of my shaker cup and the bag. And, you know, I put in there, I like just experimenting with my shakes and seeing what I can come up with. And then I gave the recipe and I got traction from it. But what would have been better was, you know, leaving a little mystery there, like the cup not saying Shakeology on it and me drinking it. So people stop, they see it and they're like, ooh, that looks good. You know, like, what is that? Rather than, you know, something that looks really salesy. Here's two more that I did, you know, when Hammer and Chisel came out, like I did this long spiel that I probably took right off the website. And, you know, so it just looks salesy when they come to your page. You know, you just want it to be more original. You want to, you know, you could take the logo, but then put your face in it, you know, just make it more you, picture of you. And I mean, I know I get sick of seeing myself on my news feed sometimes, but if you think about it, when people are scrolling and they have hundreds and hundreds of friends, everything you're posting, they're not seeing all your posts. You know, they're probably only seeing a fraction of what you post. So you got to keep that in mind. Like, you might think that people get sick of seeing you, but everyone's not seeing everything you're putting out there. This was another one. This is like a 21-day fix quote that's, you know, all over the place. Just 21 days of healthy eating, working out. And so I just put this kind of lame message, like, why wait till January? Message me for details. You know, that's not adding value to anyone. It's not giving them any info. It's just, that's kind of just quick and salesy, trying to get a sale pretty much, you know? So what do you want to do when you're posting on your social media? Here, I put a ton of ideas here for you guys. You want to share, you don't want to sell. So this is what I do now with my shakes. Even though I still do drink, mostly I drink my shakes out of my Shakeology bottle because it's huge and I can get the most. But I'll put it in, you know, a mason jar. And so someone sees that, someone's scrolling and sees that, and that looks good. It could be anything. It could be an iced coffee. It could be a milkshake. It could be anything. And it kind of stops them. And I put a little blurb like, a beautiful, nutritious glass of goodness. Want to know what's in it? Hit me up. You know, that. And I actually had a couple people message me from that post. So you're not giving it all away, you know, right off the bat. And it's eye-catching, you know, it's clear. People like seeing it, and it gets interest. This was another one I did. This was actually St. Patrick's Day. And I actually put Bailey's in my shake, which was freaking delicious. You guys should try it. But I said, my liquid energy is coming in handy this afternoon. There may or not be a shot of Bailey's in it. It's St. Patrick's Day after all. So, you know, just kind of sharing humor, reflecting my personality when posting. And I put like chug like there's no tomorrow. So if you're funny, or even if you think you're funny, like I think I'm funny, I don't know if I actually am, but I try to infuse that in my posts, you know? And so there they see me drinking this, but it doesn't say Shakeology on it. I don't say the word Shakeology anywhere, but you know, it got 46 likes. So it catches people's attention. Share the ordinary, like your everyday life. So I'm a stay-at-home mom. So a lot of what I share is the crazy ass things that my kids do. So this is a picture of, you know, us outside on a beautiful day. Days like this are when I realize how nice it is to be home with them. So I'm throwing in a little jab there of, hey, you know, I'm a coach and I'm also a stay-at-home mom. Like, you know, why aren't you doing this? Like, this is awesome. I get to be home. I get to enjoy this beautiful day. I'm outside with my boys. And it's just a little glimpse into coaching, you know, like a little jab, showing them that, you know, I'm able to do this because I coach. And this was another one when Cam was in timeout, and we have these stupid doors that are like 2 inches off the ground. And he was trying to get out. So just putting that and saying in timeout, sharing that, got 95 likes, you know, like that's a lot of traction. That's a lot of people seeing what I'm putting out there, and a lot of comments. You know, the more comments you guys get on your posts, that's the more engagement Facebook is giving you. And so every time somebody comments on your post, you want to always reply. You want to always say something back, whether it's just a thank you, whether it's a smiley face, anything, because that puts your post back at the top of people's news feeds. And it gets more eyes on it. So always reply to everyone, no matter what. Here's just some more examples, like sharing your everyday life stuff that you would find boring, like me, wrapping Christmas presents. It got conversation started because I hate wrapping presents, and so do a lot of other people, so people can relate to it. So people love to comment. People love to share when they have something in common with someone else. They like sharing that. So it gets engagement. It gets conversation started with people. If it's people that you haven't talked to before, it's a great way to then take it into a private message. So the more engagement you can get on your posts, and you might think it's boring, but other people don't, because people can relate. This other one was, I walked out of the room for 5 minutes and my kids dumped out 11 puzzles, like what mom has that not happened to before? And that got 88 likes and like 20 comments. So it would, that's a lot of traction for something that, seems boring or just ordinary, but that's my life, that's what I deal with every day. So you want to share your personality. The more you can infuse your personality into your posts, the better, because your vibe attracts your tribe. You're trying to find people that are like you. So rise and shine. I said I call these my workout wings. They carry me through when I want to quit. The other one was, Cameron jumping all over me and using me as a jungle gym. But then I was able to just throw in there that, I just finished my workout and I named it, but it's not me showing 22-minute hardcore, but it's still talking about it. So people want to see your face. They want to see you. You also want to share your struggles, because we don't all have good days every day. We have things going on. We have days where we struggle. We have days where we don't want to work out, or we don't feel good, or our kids are driving us insane, or we're having personal issues. And if you're comfortable, I really encourage you to just share that with people, because people can relate to that. We all go through a lot of the same things. So I think all three of these posts were just about, being a mom. I've been a stay-at-home mom now since November, and I struggle with it a lot. I find it really, really hard. So on the days that I'm really struggling, I put it out there, because I know I'm not the only one. And, in all my posts, you guys, like that one in the middle, like I've got no makeup on. I look like a freaking hot mess, but, that's just me. That's how I look most days. So, if you don't wear makeup or you don't really do your hair, don't sit there and try and put on a front when you're posting, because that's not you. You want to reflect who you are. So just show it and be proud of it. The other one, was Cole having a meltdown, and it got a lot of engagement, because we all experienced that witching hour. So just sharing your struggles, be vulnerable, share your before and afters, guys. Even if you don't have a total after, even if you're still on the journey, share it. Share where you started and share where you're at and share your story, and then share it again in like another month or two, because we're adding new friends to our networks all the time. We should be adding 3 to 5 people every day. So they haven't seen your story. You might think that you tell your story all the time, but a lot of people haven't heard it yet. So you can really recycle your posts, guys. If you said something 2-3 months ago, take it and say it again, maybe change it up a little bit, put a new photo, but you don't always have to reinvent the wheel all the time. So I shared my before and after. And then the other one was of Cole, my son. I shared what happened when he was born, how he needed surgery and all that. So they're vulnerable issues, they're vulnerable things, but people can relate to them, and as you can see, like with my before and after, I got a ton of comments on that, 226 likes, and the one with Cole was like 152. And that's not easy stuff to share. It's pretty private stuff. But, when you're doing what we do and you're trying to create a brand, the more you can share, the more you're willing to be open and kind of put yourself out there, I think the better. I've found, at least. And then be real. We're not robots. We're not like fitness models. We don't just eat vegetables all day long. So I don't know, one was just a picture of me nursing Cole, and the other one was a bowl of ice cream because I was having issues with PMS that day. So don't think that people think that you have to be, 100% on your program all the time. Even if you're on a program and you're struggling and you fall off, share it. They're not going to not want you to be your coach because you're not perfect. We're human. We make mistakes. We struggle. Share it. I'm telling you, just share it all. So just be real, be honest. Don't put up a front for people. And then the other thing, along with helping people get healthier and selling challenge packs, that's only going to take us so far in this business. What we really need to do is create our own teams. So you have to share about coaching. You have to share about, what it's done for you, why you like it, successes you've had with it, what got you into it. So here's just a couple examples. This was when we were going to the Diamond Retreat, and I talked about, how surreal that this is actually my life and I'm going away to be pampered. This other one was just a picture of me in the middle of the day sitting at my desk. The beauty of being your own boss, doing work unshowered in workout clothes. Do any of these things appeal to you? More time with your family, more money, the ability to choose your work schedule, better health, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if you guys can actually read these, but so I'm just putting it out there, some of the benefits of coaching. Why would someone else want to do this? And then the other one was such an awesome letter that I got from one of my challengers about her successes. She's been with me since January, and she's lost over 30 pounds at this point. And this girl's a freaking rock star. I hope she can coach one day. But she just kind of shared, her success with the programs. And so you want to share your challengers' success. You want to recognize them because you want to show people that, what we're putting out there actually works. It's not, some stupid rap or, some shake that's going to make you sick. This is actual stuff, and people get actual results with it. So you want to share coaching, and you want to share what it is that we do often. Here's just two more examples. Me sitting on the couch both times working. One, I said, I choose when, I choose where, I choose how often or how little. I choose who and what. It's my choice how I want to run my business, every aspect of it. It's all up to me. And then the other one was just a day that I didn't feel good, and how awesome it was that I didn't have to call out sick. So it might not seem like huge things, but, that would appeal to a lot of people. My dog is barking. Okay. Share tips, inspiration, spark engagement. So along with sharing our journeys and sharing our struggles and sharing this, you want to share things that are gonna get conversations going through your posts. So either asking questions or just little things that people are going to find interesting and are going to get a lot of comments and a lot of likes, so they'll get you a lot of traction on Facebook. So this was just a picture of an avocado. And I got all these comments from it and 120 likes. And by replying to each one, that just put me back at the top of more people's news feeds so that more people could see it. It seems simple. It seems stupid, but I mean, who doesn't love avocado? So, people liked it. So the other one was like a creamer that I made that I got from Pinterest. So rather than sharing a link to Pinterest or sharing the photo that I took from Pinterest, I just created my own real quick and put the recipe in the comments. So if you see something you like on Pinterest, if you see a recipe or you see a quote, rather than just copying it and pasting it, make it your own, change it up. Have it reflect you a little bit. This is one I did the other day. I mean, it's freaking cheese from Aldi. And I had all these people commenting on how they love Aldi. It seems simple. It seems silly, but people really like sharing their opinions. They really like telling you what they think. So I said in there, I'm new to Aldi, but I was out of stock for our trip. I was out stocking up for our trip this weekend. Yay or nay on cheese from Aldi? I ask a question. It could be a simple question. It could be a question that you already know the answer to, but ask it anyways, and people will love to tell you what they think. This other one was just a really long post about why I love coaching. So rather than just putting up a quote and not saying anything, I added value to it by saying what coaching has done for me. And don't get me wrong, there are some times where I just don't have it in me and I do just put up a quote with like a peace sign or something, but when you can and it speaks to you, speak to the quote, even rewrite it in your comments and put a little bit of why that appealed to you. And then call to action posts. So aside from just showcasing our personalities and who we are and our everyday lives, we do need to put up call to action posts because we are trying, to get people in our challenge groups. We're trying to recruit coaches. But rather than doing a call to action posts like I showed in the beginning of, the box of PIO or a picture of the 21-day fix, put your face in there, put a call to action, one spot left. Are you going to watch me or join me? I think I actually got a couple people from this one. And you don't have to put really long spiels or anything, but, you just want to create sense of urgency to get people to reach out. And you can see like a bunch of people commented. These were two more, a before and after, join my next challenge group, the program that gave me my confidence back. And then this one, what did you say? 21-day fix is free when you combine with Shakeology this month only. So it's like salesy without being salesy, like it's just a picture of me. It's kind of reflecting my style. I'm saying about a sale, but I'm just saying it in a different way. And a lot of times on the call to actions posts, guys, you're not going to get a ton of comments and a ton of likes. A lot of times I get nothing, but people are seeing it. So when you're reaching out to people, they're going to your page and they're looking at it. People are looking at it. They're just not going to like it. So do it anyways, a couple times a week. And to wrap it up, so when you're sick of seeing your own face, because I honestly sometimes just get sick of taking pictures of myself and putting them out there. Like when all else fails, put up pictures of your dog because people love dogs or cats or your kids. They love to see pictures of your kids. Like I always get so much comments and likes and stuff when I put up my dog Lucy or my sons, because just mix it up, like show your family, show your dog, show your cat. I don't know, there's one coach that I follow. She has a ferret and her ferret is like always on her newsfeed, but just be authentic, be true to yourself. But honestly, guys, the most important thing I could say is be consistent. Be consistent every single day. Days when you're not feeling it, when you don't feel like posting, do it anyways. If you have to, if you're having a really bad day and you need to throw up a quote, but do it anyways. Throw up a picture of you and then put the quote in the comments. Just be consistent. Show up in the morning, show up in the afternoon, show up in the evening. Find those times a day where your audience is around and post at those times. So for me, my audience is moms. So posting between like 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. I found are good times. And then posting between, lunchtime, like 11:30 to 1:30. And then after the kids are in bed. So, anytime after 7:30 or, when moms finally have a moment of free time and they're scrolling Facebook. So pay attention to when you're getting comments and engagement and likes and everything. And then post and cater to those people, to those times. Okay, that's all I got. So let me look in the chat. Does anyone have any questions? If you have any questions, you can unmute yourselves or let me see. I don't even know how to look. Hold on. Christine, who do you follow? Anyone you really like? I follow a lot of people. Well, this is another thing I do, guys. So instead of following or friending all these coaches and then having them show up in my newsfeed, because it's really easy to, I know for myself, to get into that whole comparison game and, oh my God, their posts are so great. Like, why are mine not like that? And this and that. I actually put them all in a list in Facebook. You know how you can make the Facebook lists? I have a coaches list. So when you're friends with someone and you click on friends, you can go and say like, add to a list, and you can create custom lists. And then you can go and unfollow them so they're not showing up in your news feed and you're only seeing them when you go into that list. So all coaches, like all of you guys that I'm friends with, I don't follow any of you. I put you all on this list, and maybe once a day or once every other day, I go and I see what you guys are posting, you know, for inspiration and for ideas and, you know, show you support. But I don't have you coming up on my newsfeed because for me personally, it's really distracting and it's really easy for me to start comparing myself to you, you know, which we don't need to do. You know, there's no comparison. We're all completely different. We're all doing our own thing. We all are doing the same thing, but we're all doing it in our own way. So that's something that I found really helpful. But like top coaches that I follow, you know, like Tara Bialik, I don't know if that's how you say her last name, but I really like hers. She's actually like 2 towns over from me, and she's a stay-at-home mom. She has a couple kids. I follow Amy Silverman because her posts are different and they're kind of funky and artsy sometimes, so I like them. There's a girl, I really like her posts. Oh, what's her name? I don't remember. There's some random girls, but Bonnie Engel, she has really good ones. She's good. She's always posting like her face in like the exact same expression, but it's become her brand at this point, you know? So, but she's good with, if you want to come up with, you know, ways to word things, like use her posts as kind of a jumping off. Those are the couple of the ones that I like. Let me see. Anything else? All right. So anyone have anything? Any other questions? Or we're good? Oh my God, did I record? Yes, I did record. Okay, good. Kathy would have killed me. All right. Well, that's all I got. I hope you guys found that helpful. And I can always, I don't know if you want to look back at those slides or just for ideas or examples, just let me know and I can give it to you, or I can like try and figure out how to create a link to it. I think it's on my Google Drive. But all right, so have a good night, everyone. I hope you guys found that helpful. Oh, wait. Don't get off. I want to take a picture. All right, hold on. Okay. All right, everybody smile. All right, thank you. See, I'm putting that on my page.
Thanks,
all right, bye, ladies.